Divine here. Has your identity been shattered, lost, or taken away amidst this worldwide pandemic? I'd like to offer a moment from my life that I thought mattered more than it actually did. You know that feeling like you're exactly where you're supposed to be, like where your feet are planted is exactly where they were always meant to be? Or maybe you met someone for the first time, but you feel like you've known them for your entire life. When I walked into that theater's lobby, there was that kind of knowing in my soul. And the job description felt like it had been created for me. So when my cell phone rang and it had that theater's number on the caller ID, my heart stopped. I raced to get some privacy. I'm pretty sure that the world stopped because I didn't know what I was going to hear on the other end of the line. But then I heard the words I'd dreamed about and I'd worked so hard for. We'd like to offer you the position of artistic director. I thanked her, holding back tears, remaining professional. But when I got off the phone, the tears came and my knees, they found the floor. And I called my hubby, I called my dad, I don't know why. I felt like the heroine of my own made-for-TV movie. Because in that moment, every moment of my life prior made complete sense. I thought I'd found a home. Skip to, almost a decade later, May 21st, 2018, 10:10 a.m. in a room with obnoxiously bright LED lights. And now, not so neutral indoor-outdoor carpet. When a big part of my identity, that job, was taken away. We're going in a different direction, they said. And sometimes your heart breaks with a deafening sound. The director in me, she hears songs that match the moment. And in that moment, I couldn't breathe. And if I'm honest, I didn't want to continue to. In a manner that made me feel like I was a criminal, I was escorted out of the theater, my home, for the last time. I remember putting the last box in the trunk of my car and hearing them redo the key code on the door behind me. 295 nights-ish a year of great programming produced in the black on a salary that kept myself and all those I supervised very much in the red. 50 to 70-hour work weeks, years without health care and/or benefits, and yet here I was, out on the curb with the trash. I've never felt so irrelevant. Something stinks, something immoral, something so bad that words have lost their meaning. So what happens now? Where am I going to? What would I do? What do you do when you lose your identity? Well, at first I did nothing. The relative silence of a community I loved and had dedicated myself to made doing anything more than breathing impossible. But eventually, the artist in me, she took over. She needed an answer. What do you do when your identity has been taken away? I decided I'd Jenga the out of it to see what, if anything, I could salvage from the rubble that was left of me. I took it apart, piece by piece, day and night. What stood out? What didn't fit in? I went down YouTube rabbit holes, which led to TED Talks, podcasts, audiobooks. This led to new questions, which eventually led me to asking the right question of myself. Spoiler alert, looking within for answers really does help. What if, I asked, identity is not attached to a person, place, or thing, or a job in my case, but it's what we bring to every person, place, or thing that we interact with. If this was true, I might want to breathe again. But what was my life's through line? What did I bring to every job or interaction I've had? I found my answer in 2+ decades of letters that I'd kept from former employers, colleagues, employees, and students. Their words helped me reclaim my real identity and what my soul once knew. I brought 2 non-negotiables. 1, a fierce determination to fight for and stand by the underdog, no matter what the consequences. And 2, an ability to find and bring out that special spark in someone, a spark that I believe everyone has. I give it oxygen. I help it to grow. I'm a fire starter. And this identity, it can't be lost or taken away or taken in a different direction because it lies within. I could breathe again. Today, COVID-19 is taking away an unprecedented number of jobs, not to mention loved ones. But even before this worldwide pandemic, people, places, jobs, they've always come and gone, and they will continue to, no matter how much we love them and wish it weren't so. So choosing to define and root our identities as something that lies within us, that can't be taken away, gives each of us a place to return to and rebuild from when all around us changes. 'Cause from the rubble, what remains can only be what's true. If all was lost, there's more to gain, 'cause it led me back to myself, the fire starter, and in turn, here to you. The indestructible identity within us all, it's no small matter. It's all that matters, because the world needs everyone's spark, especially now. I hope remembering this helps you or someone you know breathe again. Thanks for listening.